Hi Fam Bam, welcome back to another Energy Hacks episode. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to get out of the overtired cycle. You know what this means? Have you ever felt like you're dragging throughout your day? You wake up tired, you find it really hard to get to sleep at night, and then you find yourself waking up in the wee hours of the morning, not being able to get back to bed. Then you finally get back to bed, you wake up, or maybe you stay up, and then comes the sun, and you're like, ugh, I'm tired already. This is a major identifier that says you are overtired and you actually need more sleep. You guys know that in order to conquer my life, there are two things that I prioritize: simplifying things and making sure my energy is on par. So I hope that this episode helps you guys know how to get out of the overtired cycle so you can move forward with an abundance of energy so that you can conquer your life. So here's the secret when you're overtired. Sleep begets more sleep. This means you need to find a way to sleep. To get to sleep, stay asleep, get enough sleep, and continue sleeping. When I was first breaking my overtired cycle, out of 10 years of chronic fatigue and probably many years more of abuse and staying up late and pulling all-nighters, I spent the first month sleeping 12 to 14 hours a day, every single day. By month 2, those hours began to drop down from 12 to 14 to 10 to 12 and down to 8 to 12. And now I know that when I have a good amount of sleep, I only need about 7 hours a night to be at my optimal. So if you think about that, 7 versus 14, I was literally sleeping double the amount of time that I would normally have to sleep, just catching up. What this means is, don't worry, it's not forever, but it's totally worth it. And I will say right now, if I lose sleep for 3 nights, if I just lose an hour of sleep for 3 nights in a row, I'm dragging. I feel it. So I always say that if I get to bed late once or twice in a week, I'm spending the rest of the week making up for it, making sure that I'm getting to bed early and applying all the principles that we're going to talk about in today's episode. So if you're looking to get out of the overtired cycle, the first thing you got to do is sleep earlier. It is easier to get to bed earlier than it is to try to sleep in. Sleeping in sets your day off, your energy is all muggy, and you don't actually get as much quality sleep as you do when you get to bed earlier. So the simplest thing that you can do is literally set an alarm on your phone for just an hour earlier than you usually get to bed and have a non-negotiable bedtime. A lot of you being overtired might not feel like you're ready for sleep. So pay attention to the time of night when you start feeling just a little more woozy. A lot of times we don't pay attention to that, or it seems way too early to be getting to bed. So we blow past that and then we miss that tired cycle. Our cortisol kicks up as it tends to do at night, and we're awake again, finding it really hard to rest for another few more hours. The second step is to make sure that you take naps throughout the day, or at least get quiet time. When I began breaking my overtired cycle, I was set a schedule at 3:30 p.m. every single day where I had to dim my room, turn on some essential oil diffuser, have some relaxing music, come into my bed, and literally get into a space where I was telling my body to expect to sleep. At first, I was in no way getting to sleep. I was tired, I was fidgety, I didn't know what to do. And so I just told myself, you just need to be quiet. You need to just let your body relax, literally let your body go, let it be supported by the bed. I would lay in bed and make it as comfortable as I wanted it to be. I would get myself set up all cozy like I was gonna go to sleep, and I would just breathe. And anything that I came up in my mind, I would just jot it down on the phone, like I have this reminders list, or like thoughts that came up, so that I can let it go and come back to it after my nap time was done. I would impose this on myself for at least 45 minutes every single day. And eventually I started to nap. Eventually I became a really good napper. Like I just started to find myself that once in a while I would fall asleep oh my gosh, I actually took a nap and it felt really good. And sometimes the nap would be 20 or 45 minutes. Other times the nap would be like 3 hours. You feel a little groggy after then, so I always recommend setting your alarm clock for like 30 minutes if you're falling asleep so that you don't feel groggy and you get this nice power nap in. The next step after you conquer getting to bed on time and you're doing really good at getting at least the quiet time every single day is to make sure that you wake up slow. What this means is not to sleep in, but to just allow yourself to not grab for your phone, not jump or startle yourself out of bed in a day. And I do think there is a time and place where you need to just get up and go. But if you're overtired, you have chronic fatigue, you're having a hard time getting through your day, you need to just start your day at a nice, calm, even-keeled space. Wake up in bed, stretch, let yourself feel how good that bed feels. Let the sunlight come in. Sometimes I like to look out the window and check out the leaves blowing and just kind of be still there for a moment before I let myself slowly move, incorporate more energy, incorporate more thoughts, and then get out of the bed and start my day. It's really an amazing process if you just take the time to not reach for the phone, not think about things right away, not just hurry, and just take 15 minutes to slowly get out of bed in the beginning of the day. The fourth step to getting out of your overtired cycle is make sure you have a bedtime routine. Bedtime routines anchor your mind, body, and brain to say, hey, get ready, it's time to sleep. When you have those types of preparations, your body finds it easier and easier to get to bed on time as long as you're performing the routine. And a lot of routines incorporate nice calming activities. For myself, I like getting in the shower, I like coming out of the shower, giving myself a nice stretch routine, then a self-massage. So sometimes I'll get on the roller, sometimes I'll put oils on myself. Then I get into bed. My husband and I like to watch something for a little bit, and then I take my book out, I start to read, or I listen to podcasts, and I fall asleep nice and slowly. And I have my phone set so that when the podcast is over, it doesn't continue to play. It just stops at the end of the podcast that I started playing. So it's a really nice way for me to get to bed. And a lot of times when I have a hard time because my mind is thinking about too much, I like to centralize and focus it on something like a book or a subject where somebody's talking, but I'm not having to do the work thinking. It really helps me, and that really leads to like my number 5 tip or step, which is don't be afraid to use help. Some of the help that I really like using are essential oils and self-massage, taking a bath, using meditation apps, or even brainwave audio that helps really slow the brainwaves down so that you are relaxing and sinking into that sleep. I like using sounds, listening to something that's a little more relaxing and boring. I really like David Attenborough's voice in BBC The Earth documentaries. So those are really fun to fall asleep to, and you just set a timer on your computer or your TV and just make sure it turns off after half an hour so that the lights aren't disrupting your quality of sleep. I also have really become fond of CBD oil. It's a rare thing that I use, but I like it much more over melatonin. And when you're having a really hard time sleeping, sometimes you can use something like chamomile teas or herbal teas that help get you sleepy, or if you need something stronger, melatonin or CBD oil. Here's the caveat though. When I use these things, I don't recommend using them regularly or daily so that you can rely on them to fall asleep. Really, the goal is to get yourself out of the overtired cycle. So if you're noticing that you're starting to get woozy at 9 p.m. and you need that extra kick to just make sure you get to sleep and stay asleep, take a little bit of the CBD oil, get to sleep, and that way you're not waking up at 11, because sometimes I'll fall asleep, wake up at 11. I'm gonna wake again and I don't wanna go to sleep until like 1 a.m. and that's not good. So use it for just a few days so that your cycle can get back on track. And then once 3 or 4 or 5 days are past, stop using it and then let your body do its own thing, because you want to make sure that your body can rely on itself. So the CBD oil that I've been using is by Hemp Life Today. This is not a sponsored post. I really like them. I have a friend that is part owner in this company, and so I've requested a nice little discount that they can give us. I'll stick it in the link below if you're interested in trying them out. I've been very happy with the quality of their products and their service, and it lasts forever. Like if you're only using it to get back on track once or in a while, it literally lasts forever. I know some people talk about using it regularly or daily for other things. I haven't tried it for that, and I'm more of like, if I can find a natural way to solve it and fix it without having to supplement something, then that's what I'm gonna do. So I literally use this to help me get back on track if or when I'm ever overtired and have a hard time falling asleep and stay asleep. It is amazing and magical, and I prefer it over the melatonin. So I hope you guys enjoyed these tips and steps to getting back on track or out of your overtired cycle. If you guys have any other tips or tricks, let me know below, because this is a place that I have not quite mastered yet. I really want to be a rock star at this, and I tend to get really good sleep, then something will throw me off. We'll have one late night or a couple late nights and a lot of fun, and then I'll get in this cycle. Maybe it's like a movie that we started watching and want to finish, and I get on the cycle of not getting to bed on time, and it literally kills me. Like, this is what I'm talking about when I post on Instagram about how Netflix and chill is not worth it. So if you have any more tips, I'm always wanting to have more of my sleep, but this is something that makes a massive, powerful, value adding difference in my life. And it's a huge difference in how I wake up and feel like I can either conquer my day or I'm dragging through my day. So you guys know, I want to make sure you can level up your reality and have enough energy and motivation to make it happen. Let me know you like this video by hitting thumbs up. Leave your questions and comments below, and I will see you in the next video.